Welcome, Watchers of Illusion, to my Castle of Confusion on the 14th of March 2023. I hope you're having a great time, great week. We're almost midweek already. It's just bizarre. Where's the time actually going? Before we know it, we'll be back into the end of the year festivities again. But until then, we've got lots of great games to show you. This is on the WiiWare, which is, I don't know, I've just literally decided to start going through the library. It's great. And I found a Castlevania game. And you know that I love Castlevania, as you know. So this is based on the Game Boy version, I believe, of Castlevania the Adventure. But I like this already. Look, retro. Here we go. Right. So yeah, based on the Game Boy Adventure game, this one is really bloody nice, actually. Yeah. So it's got the shades of the original Castlevania in here, which is great. You take the, I'm not actually sure what the character's called. I've forgotten. That's helpful, isn't it? Anyway, it's really nice. I'm enjoying this already, and I've only just killed a couple of creatures, and already we are way to go. It's really good. I'm really quite impressed by this. Yeah. So graphically, it's really good. You've got some nice smooth animation going on here, and you've got some lovely background stuff going on. You've got rain in the foreground as well, which is lovely. And in Castlevania tradition, you also have an upgradable whip, and you can collect hearts that power your weapons, your secondary weapon, that is, because your original weapon. Oh, and also you get whip upgrades as well. So if you look at the UI, which we normally do quite early on in a review, if the top left-hand corner, let me draw your eye up there. So you've got your hearts, which is not lives, I must tell you. Those are for using secondary weapons. So I've actually got a dagger equipped at the moment, which is a fairly quick reload of a weapon. You've got all sorts of different things. You've got like boomerangs. You've got holy water, which I've just picked up there, and which you can then chuck on the floor, and it bursts into flames. One of my favourites, actually. There's also the cross boomerang as well. You can get that, and I just got squashed by a giant eyeball. So there's some new enemy types in this as well, which is quite nice. So yes, now we move across to the right-hand side. In fact, under there you can see P8. That's how many lives you've got. At the top, you've got your energy bar in the red, and in the bottom you've got the green, and that's how many fireballs you have left to disperse across the screen. So it's like a special weapon almost, if you like, which you can get orbs for to increase the time on that as well, which is quite cool. Like that a lot. So aesthetically, it's very pleasing. We've got there. Is this the boomerang? Yes, it is. Yes. Actually, I quite like the fact that it's not quite as tricky, I would say, as other Castlevania entries, but it's really nice, and it plays incredibly smoothly. And the controller is nice as well, using the Wii controller on a sideways configuration. Just the actual stick. You don't need the nunchuck as part of your setup. You can actually use the Wii Classic controller as well if you so wish. And it's just really nice. You've got jump, you've got whip, and you've got left and right, up and down, and that's pretty much self-explanatory, so I'm not going to go into that overly. But it certainly is a Castlevania game, isn't it, ladies and gentlemen? In fact, it's lovely. Look at the backgrounds as well. Just draw your attention to those lovely backdrops. I'm going to guess we're going to be... Oh, this is a boss fight. I thought it might be. Yes. So the boss energy level is there next to my energy level on the right-hand side. It seems that I can actually kick the crap out of him quite quickly. So there you go. Anyway. We get the axe. There we go. So if you're familiar with the original Castlevania, this is the sort of first... It's almost like the first boss that you get in the Castlevania game on the NES, which is a giant bat. But this is like giant Batman. A Batman. So yeah. Really good fun. Enjoying this a lot, actually. More than I should, but there you go. I'm not sure what the flashing stones are, whether they're restart points or something. I'm not 100% sure, or whether they're just background stuff, to look at. Eye candy, as we call it. But yeah, it's really nice. I like the fact that you can upgrade your whip and have have fireballs throwing you across the screen. You've got all these different sort of things as well. Like you've got different weapons. You've got different candelabras and stuff to whip and get hearts from. Lots of variety in the game. I like it. And it looks like they've got multiple choices on where you can go as well. It's not a fixed route. You can go left, right, up and down, whichever way you feel like it. I quite like that. So that's quite cool. We will continue on with our adventure here. But yeah, they've done a really nice job, and it's good to see so many sort of classic games getting the revamp treatment on the WiiWare. So we had a look at Adventure Island the other day, and now we're looking at this, and there's lots more to come as well. I've also got the virtual console games to look at as well, which, if you're familiar with their original sort of formats, which is the NES, Super Nintendo, Mega Drive, and I believe Master System as well, then you know what to expect. So there you go. With sound is absolutely fantastic. You've got a great soundtrack blasting through this game in the traditional Castlevania style as well, which is great. Really like the Castlevania soundtrack anyway from the first game, and they've kind of remixed it, which is really nice. And you've obviously got all the sound effects from everything else as well. So hitting things with your whip to collecting hearts, it's all there, and a lot of the sound effects you're going to recognise instantly as well, because they're very from. That's not even English. Yeah, so a lot of it's from the original Castlevania game, which is even nicer. So I think if you're a die-hard Castlevania fan, you're going to enjoy this. And if you're new to the Castlevania series, then there's no better time to jump in and get started. It's got about the right difficulty level as well if you're a beginner to the Castlevania games. And if you've never played a Castlevania game before, then you really do need to. They are cracking games. I think there's a couple of bum ones in the series, but on the whole, most of them are good and lovely to play. There's a few Castlevania reviews on my channel, so if anybody would like to go and have a look at those, go to the video section, go to the little magnifying glass, and then click search and type in Castlevania, and it'll bring up every Castlevania game that I've reviewed so far in the series. Across multiple systems, I'll have you know. Oh my goodness me, that is one big eye. I see you. No, you don't. I mean, if the Eye of Sauron was that big, right? I mean, I suppose the Eye of Sauron was actually bigger than that, I'm guessing, you know, because it was at the top of a tower. I'm just going to try and burn it. But difficulty level, yeah, it's good. It's good. There's a really good learning curve on here. So the playability is absolutely on the money, as you would expect from a Castlevania game. And I'd say it's got a fairly good replay value as well, because it will have, because every Castlevania starts off fairly easy and just gets ridiculous. So that'll keep you coming back for more, which I'm sure, as a Castlevania fanatic, you will enjoy anyway. And I think there's unlockable stuff here as well. I think there's different character designs and stuff that you can unlock as you play, which again is going to bring you back for more, which is, you know, that's how we want our games to be. We want things to keep us coming back for more and to keep us engaged. That's what we do, and that's what we like to see in our games. So there you go. Stage clear. Now we're on to the next level. Excellent. And I've not died yet. That's saying something. Anyway, age rating pretty much any, because, well, it's Castlevania, and there's not many that are like instantly difficult, and it's got a nice learning curve, so even the younger players could start out with this one and have some fun with it, and I think that is probably a good thing. So I'm not going to put an age rating on this. I've played Castlevania, the original, when I was quite a young'un, so I don't see there any good reason why you couldn't have this as, say, 4+. That should be sufficient. I like the fact they've used original enemy types as well, and they've actually used ones from different Castlevania games as well. So you've got some from the original Castlevania, then you've got some from Super Castlevania 4, and lots of other different Castlevania games. So they've really made an effort to try and make the nostalgia really hit home on this, but in a new and modern way, which is quite cool. It's just weird to think that the Wii is retro now, but you know, it was released in 2006, and well, that was quite a long time ago. So there. I need to engage in the Wii a bit more. It's one of those consoles that I've got, and I've got a few games for it, but I've never really sort of got into it, if that makes sense. I really struggled with the nunchuck, but I'm gonna relearn these things just so I can bring you some more great games from the Nintendo Wii. The hell is that? Yeah. So lots more content to come to the channel, courtesy of the Wii and the Virtual Console, and also the WiiWare, which I don't know. I wish they'd stuck with Dolphin, WiiWare, Wii. Everything just screams Wii. Never mind. Anyway, folks, I'm going to give you a few more minutes of this with a boosted soundtrack so you can hear it a bit better. I will be back with another review soon. Hope you're all having a great week, and if I don't see you before the weekend, have a great weekend. But I'm planning on coming back again very soon. I was a little punchback from the other games. So yes, as you know, life is busy at the moment for me, but I am doing my best to bring you something per week. Even if it's only one at the moment, it's something that I'd rather do over nothing. So thanks for sticking with me, and thanks for your support. It means the world to me, so thank you ever so much. And I hopefully will be back to live streaming again in the next few weeks, I'm hoping. But until then, my friends, you keep it retro, and I'll catch you again next time. Until then, bye for now!